So, let me introduce my all the viewers that this personality is.
सुरू व्हायला हे ना पडताला सेकंड नंबर
नाही ते काही चालू तू हे उघडलंस का तू त्याचं
नाही मी तो स्टँड बाय केला होता.
हां हां नाही ते तिकडनं चालू होईल ना आणि ते चालू कुठे झालं
हा तो तिथून
हां
चालू होता.
तिथून चालू होईल ना बरोबर
तिथून चालू होता.
अच्छा, हे इकडनंच काय आता बंद आहे का
हा तो बंद कसा झाला
क्लोज करून ओपन कर
त्याचा मगाशी जरा हे झालं रेकॉर्ड केलं तर
हो काय
हो
ते बंद कर हे कर पुसायला
ते तुकडे तुकडेच आहेत ना ते आम्ही डिलीट करू टाकू.
हां
स्टार्ट करता.
हे चालू झालं
येस
इकडे Friends, let me introduce the personality which is opposite me. As a part of our workshop activity on Nadi Granthas, now I invite Principal Retired Advayananda Galadgesar. Namaskar.
नमस्कार.
Principal Galadgesar, he is above 80 and for last more than 50 years he has been a flag bearer for various types of uh, thought processes which generally are opposed by the so-called rationalist. He himself was rationalist in his previous part of his life, but subsequently due to various experiences what he had personally, he switched over and he thought that it is not exactly what this rationalist thinking is correct, and therefore he started exploring things. And while doing so, he had written many books on his experiences and the experience of others, giving very large amount of quotes from various books and periodicals, and he has been an authority on parapsychology. His books are basically in Marathi, but very soon they are going to be in Kannada also. And many are requesting him to write them for the benefit of, in English, for benefit of many outside India and abroad. Now I want to take up a topic in the book with reference to the book is the miracles and the science. In this miracles and science, Sir has said that there are various instances or evidences which tell us that the so-called science and scientific principles are not the limitations of so-called universal powers. The universal powers have got their own systems and their laws and there and thereby. In that he says Nadi Granthas are the final and conclusive proof of all this parapsychology related topics. So I want to ask Galadgesar, sir, please let us know when you have said that is a conclusive and final proof. What do you mean by that?
In predictions, that is called precognition, retrocognition. All these powers have been tested on ordinary people,
Right.
and they have been statistically proved to be correct.
Right.
They have been verified on statistical basis, and that's why it has been accepted as a scientific fact.
Right.
And so parapsychology has been a science associated or affiliated to American Association of Science. So it has been accepted as a scientific branch. And I was not aware that precognition can be made on such a long-term basis.
Right.
This is the first time in Nadi Grantha that I have encountered so-called rishis, ancient rishis, maharshis, sages, who have the power of recognizing or predicting not only the events of future generations, but also their names, which is really a great miracle. In my opinion, nobody has been able to predict the exact names of people in future generations.
True.
And that is why I was wonderstruck when I first consulted Nadi at Tambram. I was wonderstruck to hear the Nadi reader read my name, which is very difficult to pronounce even for other people, ordinary people. But
So-
a Tamil person
Yes.
reads it from the Tamil script and correctly.
Yes.
The name Advayananda is so unfamiliar to people
Correct.
that except my father, nobody can pronounce it correctly. And here I find this Tamil person who perhaps might not have encountered this name in his life,
Very well.
pronouncing it correctly
Yes.
from the Nadi script.
Right.
So I was very much impressed by his reading. Not only my name, but my father's and mother's names also were pronounced correctly. My mother's name was also unfamiliar. Gangu was the name. Uh, this is a name of a river, Ganga. But Gangu is a very peculiar name.
Yes.
But she was called by this name only. And that exactly was the name pronounced by him correctly. My father's name was also correctly pronounced by him. And my son's wife's names also were correctly pronounced. So all this was beyond my imagination. How is it possible for a sage who is believed to have lived thousands of years ago to predict exactly the names of a person who is going to be born in 20th century, after thousands of years? Nobody in the world has been able to predict the names.
Such a precise.
Names.
So as you have rightly said, we are at one place you had mentioned that generally the predictions or the divination is done when the person is physically